We have our first story request for the Ms. Q Corner Show. This comes from Emma in second grade, and it's a great story. And I was so excited to hear the story for the first time, to learn it, and to have a chance to retell it on this very special show. And it has a magic chest in the story, sort of like this. And it got me thinking about magic chests because in one of the last stories that we told, it was about the silky skin and how it was tucked away in a chest that had a key for a very long time. And this story, containing a chest as well, had me remembering the story of Pandora's box from ancient Greece. And this isn't the main story of this show, but I just wanted to tell it briefly to you that the story of Pandora's box was about a box that was given to Pandora. And Pandora was the very first woman in Greek mythology. And she was very, very curious what was in the box. And even though it wasn't really her box, and really she shouldn't have been doing it at all, but she got very, very curious and opened up the box. And in that box was all the ills of the world. So when you skin your knee, or when you fall down, or when you get sick, all of the awful things that can possibly ever happen to you came spilling out of the box, and she couldn't even shut the lid. But thankfully for Pandora, the very last thing to come out of the box was hope. So that no matter what happens to us, there's always a little bit of hope no matter what, that things will turn out okay. So that's a pretty good story, except that our friend Pandora, she gets blamed for bringing all of the ills into the world. And what I like about the story that I'm going to share with you today, it's a little bit different. And it's called Fiona's Luck. So, long time ago, back in Ireland, there used to be lots and lots of luck. Good luck for everybody. Good luck for all who needed it. There was rainbows, there was good home-cooked meals, there was frolicking out in the green grass, there was money for everyone, there was delicious, delicious treats, and good health. But the human beings, who are quite tall compared to especially the fairy folk, especially the leprechauns, because they were bigger, they were soaking up all the luck. And the leprechauns, they didn't get as much as they had originally been used to, because they're very, very old compared to human beings. But since the big old humans were hanging out and soaking up all the luck with their human lives, the leprechaun king was not happy. And he said, "We've got to get our luck back." And so he gathered his leprechaun folk, and they all gathered together their magic nets. And they went out one day, and they began to capture the luck from every corner of the land. And they were pretty good at scooping up that luck. They could scoop it out on an open field. They could scoop it out from your house. But the trouble was that they scooped up all of the luck just for the leprechauns. And the leprechaun king had it placed in his chest. So the times in Ireland changed, and they didn't have all the luck that they had before and that they were used to. Their potatoes started to have bad brown spots on them so that you couldn't eat them at all. And they didn't have clean, fresh water like they used to. and the chickens wouldn't lay any eggs, and the cows wouldn't yield any milk. Now, there, though, existed in Ireland at that time a young girl named Fiona. Now, Fiona, she knew how to make the most of whatever was happening. She could find a way to be happy even if she had very, very, very little. And some strange things started to happen to Fiona. One day she went to town and she bought a cow. And bringing the cow back into her barn and starting to milk the cow, she came out with 2 big pails full of milk. Now, word began to spread that Fiona had some good luck. Where Ireland had no luck whatsoever, Fiona had bucketfuls. And so it happened another day when she went to go buy a chicken. She brought the chicken home, and then the very next day, out she came with some baskets of eggs. Now, where Ireland had no luck at all, Fiona had baskets full. It also happened that working in her garden, she was able to pull up some root vegetables, some potatoes that were healthy and delicious looking, and she filled an entire wheelbarrow full of them. Where Ireland had no luck at all, Fiona had wheelbarrows of luck. Now, these rumors began to fly all about the countryside, and guess who got wind of it? The leprechaun king heard that Fiona had some luck, and this was some luck that he didn't have in his chest. And so he ordered the leprechaun folk to bring Fiona to his underground kingdom. And so one day when Fiona was out walking, she suddenly found that her skirts were being held onto by little hands, and she began to spin round and round and round in a big circle until, voila, all of a sudden, she was in the underground kingdom, sitting before the leprechaun king. "How is it, Fiona, that you have some luck?" And Fiona said, "Oh, I don't know what you're saying there, Leprechaun King. I don't have any luck at all. I'm very happy to have what I have, but I don't have any luck at all." "You have eggs, and you have milk, and you have healthy potatoes. How dare you tell me that you don't have any luck?" "Let's put it this way, Leprechaun King. Why don't you do a test of luck on me, several tests if you like, and if I fail the test, then you can have all the luck that I have." "Very well, I think I have 3 tests in order for you, Fiona. And to be fair in this contest, if you pass the tests of not having any luck, I will give you 1 wish." And Fiona at that very moment looked across the room, and she eyed the amazing glowing chest that she just had a feeling had all of the luck in it. Let us begin. So the first test was that the Leprechaun King took a coin and he placed it under a shell, and there was 2 other shells without coins under them, and he mixed up the shells like this, really, really fast, so Fiona couldn't tell which shell had gone where with what coin. And he said, "Which shell has the coin, Fiona?" And Fiona had no idea, and so she picked a shell. Up it came, and oh, no coin. That is most definitely very bad luck, said the Leprechaun King. But we have 2 more tests to go. The second test. You must play the leprechaun instrument. And if you have any luck at all, the leprechaun instrument will sound lovely and in tune. But if you play it and you have no luck at all, it will sound terrible. And so he placed the instrument into Fiona's hands, and she did her best. It sounded dreadful. It hurt the Leprechaun King's ears, it was so bad. And he said, "Oh, Fiona, you have no luck with that instrument at all. But you still have 1 more test." And so he pulled out a chessboard with chess pieces. And anyone with even just the tiniest bit of luck can at least stay in the game for a minute. Not Fiona. As soon as they started playing, she didn't know which move to go where and how it all worked. It was just a terrible game, and the Leprechaun King beat her in seconds flat. "Well, I guess you have no luck at all, Fiona. I guess I have to give you your wish." And so Fiona had her wish nice and ready. She said, "Oh, you know that chest over there?" "Which chest are you talking about?" said the Leprechaun King, trying to be a little bit coy. "Oh, that one right there, the one glowing that looks all lucky-like." "What do you want with that chest?" "Well, I think it would be good if it opened up and could never close." And so the Leprechaun King had to fulfill her wish, which was to open the chest for good, and so that all of the luck could now spread itself about and return to Ireland and the leprechauns and the whole world. The end.